Sorry, chat. We'll be entering the Elite Four. So the plan is starts off against Polytoad and Ogerpon. Ogerpon should use Play Rough into Haxorus, who has neutralizing gas, so the rain won't go up. And Polytoad will have to set up Rain Dance, actually use Rain Dance to bring the rain back. And on that turn though, I protect with Haxorus. If it's knockoff into Rillaboom, like we have Woodhammer just in case, because we also know that Woodhammer KOs Kyogre and Walking Lake. But anyways, Rillaboom's gonna use Swords Dance and then use Trailblaze into Politoad. Everything is of course plus speed except for Macargo because it's already really slow. That's our plan for Lorelei, just like, and then it's practically just Rillaboom. Like, Rillaboom's gonna be KOing everything from that point on. The following turn after that, because we're going to make sure Ogerpon stays on the field, because Ogerpon can't do much damage, we're going to switch into Macargo, who has a Water Absorb, and set up Light Screen, or Reflect, depending on what is in the battle. I'm going to be honest, the only reason why I want to use Protect with Haxorus instead of switching out turn 1 is so that Politoad actually no, we would switch out into Haxorus turn 1. So we would switch from Haxorus into Macargo turn. And then we can either Will-O-Wisp or we can Light Screen. But I'm just gonna use Reflect with Macargo instead of that. I don't think I have Light Clay. If I do, I should probably use that. No, I don't. Yeah, I don't have Light Clay, so it's fine. I wasn't really planning on using that. Carco has leftovers, just because recovery is nice. I didn't really have room to give it Protect. I could give it Protect, but I think it would be okay for it to just have one attacking move. So I just use Power Gym. Got Rillaboom with either Bullet Seed, Woodhammer, or Trailblaze. KOs everything. We're running Bullet Seed as a multi-hit move for Iron Bundle. But 3 hits from Bullet Seed basically takes out Kyogre and Swampert as well, which is why we're holding loaded dice. And after one Trailblaze that we'll use after Swords Dancing, we'll Trailblaze on Politoad. And even if Politoad switches out, as long as it's not Swampert, it's fine. Even if it is Swampert, we could just switch back into Haxorus, who has neutralizing gas. So, yeah, that's that. Actually, no, if it is Swampert, it's fine. Like, it just KOs or Trailblaze. And Swampert is definitely the biggest threat here just because of Swift Swim. That was until I noticed that Haxorus has neutralizing gas. So, and we also have Choice Scarf on Dialga and Assault Vest on Zacian. Zacian can play rough and do a lot of damage to Walking Wake or really anything. Like Trailblaze also does about half to Iron Bundle, I think. I'm actually not sure on that, but it's fine. Um, I'm just for no reason, I'm gonna max out the happiness of everybody because I think it would be cool. Yeah, so we're also running Choice Scarf with Dialga. It could launch off Choice Scarf Thunders. Um, or even use Dragon Pulse. We have Ho-Oh in the back with I just gave it a Passion Berry just in case we want to set up the Sun again. That'll just nerf. It'll make Hurricane Miss and Hydro Pump and all that like water type moves to us. Um, but that's basically it. I think there is only like one low roll that we could get. And that's like there's only one roll where Woodhammer doesn't take out Walking Wake. The reason why I'm okay with using a recoil move like um like using a recoil move like Woodhammer is because Rillaboom has dry skin, so it'll end up healing itself in the rain anyways, like a lot. So I think that's fine. I don't know if I should be running like Scarf. Actually, no, I'm running Scarf on that already. So that's the plan for Lorelei. Honestly, Lorelei was definitely the toughest plan for it. If it was the Ice team, it would have been very easy. Like, it would have probably just been like Metagross sweeping, and then I probably would have brought like Jump Bluff for like Weather and can U-turn and whatnot. But that basically would have been the team. Like, it would have been super simple. Like, Metagross handles this team. Like, Metagross and Ho-Oh. Except for Rotom, but we're not worried about Rotom. Um, for Bruno, we have a set right here. Zacian at +2 will end up sweeping, like we'll end up running leftovers on it, and just Swords Dance turn 1, and then Trailblaze. There's really not much else to do. Like, the only unfortunate thing that could happen is if Headlong Rush gets a crit, if he decides to use it. Like, I feel like he'll decide to use Knockoff instead, because Headlong Rush only does half, and regardless, we two-shot with Trailblaze. So we'll get our speed up, and his only other priority is Fake Out and Vacuum Wave. Now I will say, I don't know when it's gonna bring in Zacian, but the only move that we have that could one-shot Zacian is Dig, so we're just gonna have to run with Dig, unfortunately. I don't think that Haxorus is able to sweep this battle, because I think it doesn't match up too well against Great Tusk, I believe. And also, I don't think Haxorus learns Earthquake. If it does... Okay, actually it does learn Earthquake. But I think it's like... Zacian is better against both teams, because... First off, there's Iron Valiant, and second off, like, combined priority of Sucker Punch and Bullet Punch would probably kill Haxorus. I'm using probably a lot here. I should probably just like see if Haxorus can actually sweep Bruno. Regardless, I think I'm gonna just bring Zacian at this point because it actually is a pretty safe sweep into Bruno's team. Yeah, like it does way more damage with Headlong Rush, and like I think Headlong Rush crit would just kill Haxorus. That's why I didn't really um decide to bring it. Macargo, I'm not gonna lie, Macargo for the rest of the Elite Four is kind of useless. The only thing I could think of is like um against like maybe I don't know, if I give it like an air balloon against Lance's team and it can fire off a Will-O-Wisp or put up a reflect, that's the only thing I can think of. Because there's too much ground type coverage on Lance's team. But anyways, yeah, so Bruno is a sweep by Zacian. Zacian takes out everything with Play Rough. Because it'll go to +3, I think, right? Right? It goes +3. I'm gonna calc it again just to make sure. Like, Zacian at +2, I think should sweep everything. Yeah, and we are running on, what's it called? We're running Trailblaze just so that we can get a speed boost. And with a single speed boost, we outspeed Iron Valiant. So if we go to +2 and +1, yeah, that's enough. And then Urshifu, this one. Their player does more than enough. Lucario. I don't know why this calc ends up calculating to 83 instead of 85 every time, but it does one-shot Lucario. Iron Hands actually surprisingly did get one-shot by Playwolf. I think it was... No, it wasn't just enough. Yeah, we were good. Iron Hands is so broken, but regardless. Um, and then there was also Como, who obviously gets one-shot to play rough. And then Iron Valiant also gets one-shot by play rough. And lastly, the Zacian. I would have run with I would have used close combat if it was actually enough. It's not. Okay, well, this is a problem. Um, I thought that dig would kill. But you know what? What is the actual rules behind this? Like, wait. Okay, I think that actually mattered. Like, it calced at 83, not not 85. Um, it's at 277. Okay, there's actually a good amount of rolls where it doesn't kill. Is there any way that I could go to +2? Actually, probably. No, I could go to +4. I know I could go to +4 because Infernape's gonna use Stealth Rock. But I do need a Trailblaze. I need to hit Infernape twice. That's the thing, right? So honestly, I know that Haxorus does not sweep this. So I'm just gonna roll with it. The Gift Dig doesn't kill, like it doesn't have another move because it doesn't learn Earthquake, unfortunately. Zacian's moveset is just like very limited, so it can only really use Dig. The thing is though, if Zacian is the last Pokemon in the battle, then I can probably... Well, what move would it go for? It would go for Behemoth Blade, right? Yeah, so I could end up switching into Dialga with Intimidate, lower its attack, or I can go into Holo and give it a Choice Scarf and end up Will-O-Wisping it. That's basically my two options, I think. And then it would go for like what? Or I could keep on alternating between like Dialga attack drops and Holo. The only bad thing is like, what if he sends out Zacian like right afterwards? If so, that's it. The run is over. Boohoo. Because I don't think I can. Yeah, I actually. Do I even need a mental orb? I mean, like, in that case, can't I just. Hold on, I'm thinking right now. What if I was to just. Like, I don't know. Give it a focus sash. Because why would I need. I mean, in that case, I guess me holding leftovers is more important for if Great Tusk is going to use Headlong Rush or not. Maybe, but this is kind of tough now because, I mean, damn, bro. I still think I'm just going to roll with Zacian and say, like, yeah, we'll get the roll. Like, we just need to get the roll. We have to. I will try to develop, like, one countermeasure, but, like, like, we'll surround the rest of the team with something that could give us a little bit of a chance, right? Of course, that goes without saying. But yeah, I'll think about that when I'm in there, because moves that I already have now, like, there's some that I can't. Yes. Also can't change natures. But Agatha's team, we know that Haxorus just sweeps. Haxorus uses Dragon Dance, and then it uses um, Swords Dance. Basically, with a Mental Herb, Zorak will decide to use Taunt the first turn. We have Mental Herb, and so then we use what's it called? What do we use again? Oh, actually, I never even calced wait, plus no, I did calc plus 3 dual chop against Ragmoon. Um, so yeah, it'll use Taunt. I use Mental Herb to recover from that, so I can use Dragon Dance, and then I will outspeed the next turn and use Swords Dance. So I'll be at +3 and +1, but it will use Taunt again instead of attacking. Like the AI always opts to use Taunt even after Mental Herb. Um, it doesn't just not do that now. Um, Now I was so glad that like Haxorus has neutralizing gas. I don't know if it's gonna disable illusion, but it will disable like Technician, Shadow Sneak, or Sword of Ruin, Ice Shard. So I'm not even worried about Chen Pao. Like, and at +1 I do outspeed everything, jolly. And the big part of this was um the fact that Fluttermane won't get its booster energy boost because its photosynthesis will be turned off. So I will outspeed it and end up Shadow Clawing it, which is crazy, I think. So I could teach Shadow Claw again. It's no big deal. So I could probably teach like First Impression for this lower life weight or something. But anyways, that's that, and that works against both of Agatha's teams. Um, Lastly, against Lance, it's also just a Hexer. It's the same formula, like Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, Aerodactyl will use Taunt twice in a row. But from there, Neutralizing Gas will turn off Multi-Skill, Primal Armor, Pork Drive, Intimidate from Salamence, like even Iron Fist from like you know what I mean? Like Neutralizing Gas is just broken, right? Um, and so with that, um, we're on Close Combat because I have the TM for it, and like yeah, Close Combat TM. The only thing is like if I Close Combat too many things, I wonder if like Dragonite will be able to um extreme speed and take me out. But kind of doubt that's the case. Like plus, if Dragonite is the last Pokemon and that's the situation, I can always switch into Ho-Oh and get a Will-O-Wisp off, and that'll be that. Or even, and then like switch into Zacian or something, finish it off. So yeah, and it does one-shot everything with either Dual Chop or um Close Combat. Close Combat does one-shot the Dialga without Prime Armor. And against the champion team, I didn't think about this until like literally just a little bit ago, but I knew that I was gonna lead Ho-Oh with because it just takes everything from Fairmosa, like it doesn't go down to it. So I'm gonna try to run Calm Mind Sweep against this team, and the only attacking move that I'll end up running is so it'll be Will-O-Wisp, Recover, Calm Mind, and Flamethrower. Flamethrower does two-shot everything at +6. Even if it doesn't get to +6, we still have our other things such as um, we'll have what's it called? We'll have Dialga with. Oh wait, no, I'm tripping. The set is gonna be Flame Charge, Recover. No, wait. We're not running Recover. It's gonna be Flame Charge, Will-O-Wisp, Calm Mind, Flamethrower. Um, yeah, that's basically that. And we'll just only get to +1. Of course, we'll Will-O-Wisp Pheromosa on turn 1, and we'll be able to just passively, not even passively recover. We will use Recover at some point, but like Triple Axle at most does like 20%. So unless it Poison Jabs and gets a Poison, that's the only bad thing. Although, getting a Poison is not even as bad because it's regular Poison, and then Yveltal cannot put us to sleep with Dark Hole. So if anything, it might even be even better. Outside of that, Metagross gets one shot, Miraidon gets two shot, Yveltal and Eternatus also get two shot by Flamethrower. And when Ditto comes in, the only attacking move I have is Flamethrower. So it will end up, I'll end up changing the ability. Its other ability is Flash Fire, and Ditto won't be able to attack us. The only thing here is that I am risking 2 crits with Miraidon, Electro Drift, and Meteor Beam from Eternatus. I am risking 2 crits right there, but if it happens, I mean, this run got far, right? Regardless, I do have some other things I can consider. Like I know Zacian can take out Yveltal with 2 play roughs. Dialga will be running Assault Vest, Draco Meteor set, so Draco Meteor can one-shot Miraidon and Eternatus. And Assault Vest will really lessen the damage that they can deal otherwise. Haxorus as well can run Choice Scarf. It's gonna run Choice Scarf Glaive Rush, which would one-shot Miraidon, and it's not dead to Electro Drift, even a crit. So I don't know how Neutralizing Gas is gonna work, like if it takes away the special attack boost, but regardless, Glaive Rush, Choice Scarf whenever it did to, and it would use Electro Drift because it would never, what's it called? It would never decide to use like anything else against Ho-Oh. And that's pretty much that. And against Metagross, my answer is just Ho-Oh, regardless. Or like, if Macargo can come in on a Fire Punch somehow and, I don't know, like, get a Will-O-Wisp off. Like, that's the only other thing. Um, but that's that. I honestly feel really good about... Oh, I didn't mention. We will be running Haxorus, but there is a thing of, if it is Team 2 with Lance, that's horrible. If it's Team 1, it's the easiest sweep ever. If it's Team 2, it's more difficult. Um, the only things is, it can only take out Garchomp, and depending on what it comes in next, I don't even know if Garchomp would roar off rip, but if it doesn't, then I'm going to try to use Dragon Dance and get a dual chop off. And that's that. Like if it's Team 2 and Garchomp decides to roar instead of using Stealth Rock, then I think that's just pretty unlucky. And I think in that case, I will give Ho-Oh heavy duty boots, because if not, it will take literally like 40% damage from stuff. What else? Oh yeah, I also was thinking running a Choice Scarf Dialga for this one. And Zacian can of course Zacian can one-shot Iron Jugulus and also be a decent option into Dragonite or Salamence. Ho and Dialga, if I was to give Dialga Assault Vest, does end up taking the attacks pretty well from Primal Dialga. So yeah, if it's Team 2 lands and we're not able to KO the Garchomp, um, then it might be a wrap. Like I'll just have to totally steer from then. But that's basically all the. Now I haven't exactly like considered too much. Um, well, I did consider, but I realized like it's not really. We just don't have great options. Like if it if any two of Kyogre and Walking Wake or Kyogre and Iron Bundle are on the field at the same time, I haven't really considered what would be what would I do in that scenario too much. It is really just like hoping that Light Screen can end up saving me, and the priority would be to take out Kyogre because it's a Kyogre, and Iron Bundle, like even Macargo can deal with Iron Bundle. So plus, I mean, the reason why I didn't really consider that is because like I kind of want to keep Ogerpon on the field just because I am like underestimating its damage, maybe, but I actually don't think I am. But regardless, as a team, I just have to remember to put Flame Charge, and we have Flame Charge, TM. Wait, is Flame Charge not a TM? I could just search this up. Okay, I actually did not know that. That's actually very important. And so we'll have to have two moves on hold that we cannot get now. I almost actually like walked in thinking that I had a TM for Flame Charge. I will be forgetting the cover, I think. For now. So I cannot forget Flame Charge or... Okay, good to know. I cannot forget Flame Charge or Calm Mind. So everybody is the right nature. Yep. Sword Stance, whatever, Trail Blaze, Bullet Seed, Loaded Dice. Leftovers. I honestly don't know if I should. I should probably give First Impression for this one. I don't know if I should keep like leftovers or not, or if I should just give him like a Yachi berry. Probably give him a Yachi berry. Yeah, Assault Vest. I'm not gonna lie, I am worried, but this was our planning. I think it's just like trust your planning. So we do switch out turn one into Macargo, and we set up Reflect. LOL, bro. Here we go. I'm just gonna check one more time, and dude, this is so like nerve-wracking. Honestly, it's not even that nerve-wracking. I'm being like, I'm just trying to be nervous. I don't know why. Alright. Everybody has the right items. Okay. Polytoad and Ogerpon. Rillaboom and Haxorus. Neutralizing gas, so there is going to be no Rain Dance. What I'm gonna do right now is Swords Dance and switch into Macargo. Neutralizing gas wears off. He has Drizzle. Macargo. Ogerpon does use Knocking. That actually stinks. It does try to use Rain Dance. It doesn't work. We heal with Dry Skin. I will Trailblaze against Polytoad, and I will Reflect. It doesn't switch out. We don't get an attack drop. Play rough, nice. It is now Swampert. Here I will Trailblaze and switch into Haxorus so that I can get Neutralizing Gas and disable Swampert's Swift Swim. That doesn't do anything. Wait a minute. Okay, so forgot the rain would be off. I could do actually. Alright. It has to be Bullet Seed here. There's just no way around it. We have to Bullet Seed, and that's basically that. I think we have to Bullet Seed into Iron Bundle. Good thing is we do have Reflect up, so we could actually double into Iron Bundle here. And I don't know for how much longer we have Reflect up, but Rillaboom is at +2 and +1 speed. How much does Bullet Seed do? 2 hits gets us 94%, which is not something I'm kind of willing to risk right now. Just because we will get KO'd otherwise. And Haxorus can obviously help in taking down the Iron Bundle. I think it is just Bullet Seed and First Impression. We have Reflect up, so Play Rough does less damage. Here is Walking Wake. And right here, it's one of two things. It could be, well, okay, it's actually multiple things. I just don't know how much more turns we have of Reflect. How do I check, like, the... I don't think Reflect ended, right? Like, I don't think Reflect ended yet. Obviously, it couldn't have. Now, this is probably going to be Dragon Pulse or Hurricane into Rillaboom. If it is Hurricane, like, the only bad thing is I haven't been getting recovery. And if they do, for some reason, decide to double into Rillaboom, and I don't get the KO, then I'm kind of in danger. Not even kind of, I just am. But we know that Woodhammer does kill on every roll except for one. Now, Um, we're at 168, which is 58%. 32% recoil would put us at about 26%. We already have our item knocked off. So if we calc against Ogerpon, I honestly think I have to switch out here into cargo so that I can on the following turn actually get some recovery for Rillaboom. I already knew this was going to be the toughest battle, but I like. So this is how much it does. We have Reflect. Where's Reflect? Yeah, we have Reflect. The most it can do is crit, play rough. Wait, crits go through Reflect? Never knew that. Anyways, yeah, so the most it can do is literally just play rough. Now, I don't think it actually is going to do that because of regardless, I think it's just Woodhammer, and I switch into Macargo here. Now, I do want to calc how much Macargo it takes from what's probably going to be Play Rough and Dragon Pulse. I am Calm Nature. I have Water Absorb. I also have Leftovers. Play Rough only does 8%, a whopping 8%, and Walking Wake does not enough with Dragon Pulse. Now, of course, a crit, like, yeah, of course, like, that goes without saying. We're dodging crits here. But, um, only Kyogre in the back. See, this is what I'm worried about right here, is I won't have enough to take out Kyogre on the following turn with Rillaboom, or if the Reflect wears off. Those are the two things that I'm worried about the most right now. So, I'm wondering, right, if I decide to, because I probably cannot stay in with Rillaboom the following turn. I could bring in Macargo now, and with Macargo, depending on the damage that it takes, like say that Walking Wake gets KO'd right here, so it's only like 8% play rough into Macargo and it doesn't do anything. In that case, I can switch into Dialga and have Macargo set up Light Screen. Setting up Light Screen, or even set up Reflect again. Regardless, I want to get into Macargo and do one of those two things. Now, as far as the role that Rillaboom like won't kill Walking Wake on, if that happens, then there's nothing I can really do about that. Um, Otherwise it's just like 3 for 5 hits of Bullet Punch, like Bullet Seed. Just use Woodhammer instead. We know that there's no move that Ogerpon can use that can, like without crit, kill Rillaboom. But I know that it probably sees kill into Haxorus anyways, so I would count on it trying to attack it, right? This is very tricky because it's all dependent on like what I didn't consider was like the rain stopping. I thought the rain would continue to fall. The reason why I thought that was because, you know, I don't think I've misplayed up until this point though. I will say, like, I think guaranteeing the KO on Iron Bundle was very important. Because if we low rolled and got 2 hits on Bullet Seed, I mean, then that's just tough. I will say, like, the one thing I am a little bit confused about is the fact that Ogerpon decided to use Knockoff on Rillaboom instead of Play Rough into Haxorus on turn 1. And I feel like there's a chance that, like, if I play it again, it won't decide to do that. And if it doesn't decide to do that, well, then it's just Bullet Seed, and I wouldn't have to, like, I could have switched back onto new Cargo. Just gone the Reflect up. I don't know how many turns are left of Reflect. I believe it was, what turn did I set it up on turn 2, right? If I set up Reflect on turn 2, then, maybe the move was to burn Ogerpon instead of, but then I would be dealing a bit of damage to it, and I wouldn't have to worry about Reflect not being up. Maybe that was the move, as it was the only physical attacker outside of, well, I mean, I was worried about Swampert, is the thing. But if I was going to switch into Haxorus anyways, I shouldn't have set up Reflect. And I think I did have to switch into Haxorus because I didn't want to take, like, if I was to take more Ice Punch damage from Swampert, then I know I'm taking a while on this turn, but there's, like, this turn, like, any given turn will decide the battle. So this has to be Wood Hammer into Walking Wake and switch back into Macargo. And I know that. So I probably should just be doing that. But it's what comes after that that I'm worried about. I don't know if I'm going to have to switch out Rillaboom. I mean, I could right now just see the damage that Rillaboom would do against. Like, and it sucks because I know that Kyogre does get one shot by Wood Hammer. I just can't use Wood Hammer. And the Wood Hammer recoil would be even crazier this time. Yeah, I mean, the only other thing is, like, I have Choice Scarf on Dialga. I do have Intimidate as well, for what that's worth for the Ogerpon. And I could just look to, like, Choice Scarf Thunder into Kyogre. Best case, I get a Para, and I can instead outspeed with Macargo because it's paralyzed. And now even then, Macargo is so slow that I don't know if being paralyzed is gonna stop Kyogre from this. So it is just it is just Wood Hammer, into Walking Wake, and switch into Dialga. The good thing is, actually no, wait, do I switch into Dialga here? I think I switch into Dialga because I get the Intimidate. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I switch into Dialga here. Right? We don't care about the move that's coming in from that side. And if I have Choice Scarf, I need to see if Dialga outspeeds Rillaboom. Then Rillaboom will end up taking less damage from Wood Hammer. It might not even have to use Wood Hammer. Because, I mean, 2 Bullet Seed hits does 42%. Dude, there's honestly nothing like finding a new line within the battle. And this is why we take forever on turns, by the way. I want to know if this does anything. Oh, Woodhammer's guaranteed to KO if like, well, that's actually pretty cool. All right, Dialga. It has a choice scarf attached. Okay. So we will still have to Woodhammer, but even at +1 from Trailblaze. Oh, I'd even calculate at +2. Bullet Seed, we don't even have to use Woodhammer. That's 2 hits from Bullet Seed. I think this is a switch into Dialga. And if the Reflect does not end, that is even better. This is Woodhammer, and we need to land this roll. We need to land this roll. And switch into Dialga. We will get recovery from Rain Dance, if not. From Dry Skin, because of no more neutralizing gas. The rain will come back. Maybe. Actually, it probably won't. We get the roll. It play roughs into Dialga. The rain is falling. We recover. Huge. Here's Kyogre. Primordial Sea. The Reflect is still up. Now this is pretty clearly Bullet Seed and Thunder. Both into Kyogre. Why does Rillaboom outspeed? I don't know. It got 3 hits. It didn't matter, but it got 3 hits. The rain is gone. Thunder into Ogerpon. Play rough into Rillaboom. The Reflect now wears off. Oh, it was because I used Trailblaze. Wait, I didn't use Trailblaze twice. Did I? I think no, I did. I used it on Politoed and Swampert, that's why. Now, I can see how much it does to Ogerpon, and I can potentially just end the battle right here. Don't even have to switch out. Just end it with Rillaboom. 2 hits of Bullet Seed do 49 to 59, and we outspeed with Dialga as well. It has no priority. We Bullet Seed, we Thunder. Oh my goodness. I almost threw so hard. Get me out of this battle. Oh my gosh. What would have happened if Ogerpon decided to attack Rillaboom right there? I think I should have lost right there. I really do. Okay. We move. Right. That's insane. Like that this is so insane. Wow. Okay. Alright, it's fine. Remove. So we already discussed that Zacian's Dig actually has a decent chance of not getting the KO on Zacian Crown. Although it does one-shot everything else. Except it's gonna Trailblaze against Great Tusk, one time, or against Infernape even one time. Um, Outside of that, it is just a sweep. Now, my other option is potentially running with Haxorus, but I don't think Haxorus is a safe option because of what Urshifu can do with Sucker Punch, plus considering Lucario's Bullet Punch, um, I'm just not sure. I also don't think it outspeeds Iron Valiant at +1 because its speed is boosted. So, oh yeah, that was the reason why. Okay, this is going to be Zacian. Um, Ho-Oh, we are going to teach Will-O-Wisp to. Well, what the heck is that? My game is bugging out, it seems. Okay, never mind. It was just the key was locked. We have to keep Calm Mind and Flame Charge, so I will be forgetting Sunny Day. I don't need Sunny Day, even then I can relearn. Alright. I'm not gonna use Thunderbolt. I only brought it for Live Fight, so we can forget that with Flamethrower here. As far as items go, I think it might be worth giving the Choice Scarf to Ho-Oh. By the way, I need to change this item to... Where are my leftovers? Oh yeah, I arranged it. So yeah, this is just... We've been over this. We know that, Dig is a roll against Zacian Crown, but really did not have another option. The advantage here would be if it's team we prefer. Wait, which team do we? I think we prefer team 2. We prefer team 2 because Iron Hands has priority, fake out that it will use. But actually no. I think we prefer team 1. Regardless, I don't think it's actually that different. Like whether it's team 2 or team 1. And Lucario's Bullet Punch is probably the more dangerous thing. Especially if Infernape decides that it's just gonna like Pyro Ball instead of using Stealth Rock. Should I change Macargo's? Yeah, I should probably change. What should I teach Macargo? Why protect? Have it keep reflect, right? I don't need Swords Dance anymore on Rillaboom, so I need to keep that in mind. Could forget. It could relearn Dual Chop, but I'm gonna forget first impression. Actually, no, I should probably forget Protect. Now, I don't know if there's a better item that I could end up giving Zacian, like something that would boost its attack. If there is something that would boost its attack, then that's really good. Well, this is actually like really crazy if I decide to run Life Orb. Or actually, if I want to secure it, let me just run Expert Belt. Yeah, if I want to secure the KO, I could just run Expert Belt. Or I could maybe even run Muscle Band. Probably Expert Belt. Actually, I don't know. Either way, I don't think it's going to be Headlong Rush from Great Tusk, and even if it is, the only other damage that we could be taking is Fake Out from Iron Hands or Vacuum Wave from Mega Lucario. If he does decide to use Headlong Rush on turn 2, I think that's pretty surprising, and crit would actually put us in range of Fake Out plus Vacuum Wave. Does 67 to 80%, so only a high roll crit would really put us in danger against this team. Literally only a high roll crit. Because Iron Hands is what, 10%? And then the Lucario also does maybe 10% with Vacuum Wave. I think it is just Expert Belt. Also, what was it again? Did we have to run Trailblaze twice or Trailblaze pretty rough? You know what would be absolutely crazy is if he decides he's just gonna Headlong Rush on turn 1. Now, I feel like that would be unexplainable. I think I could give him Chople Berry here. We give Choice Scarf to Ho so that it could Choice Scarf Will-O-Wisp on Zacian Crown, just in case of something. Or even something else, like it doesn't really matter. I could run Earth Power on Dialga. Yeah, I'm like 4 battles away, I think. I don't need Swords Dance on Rillaboom anymore. Should probably give it a different move. Like, I don't know. U-turn? No. I think that's it for this. Yeah, this is just the set, I guess. His team won. Okay. Don't use Headlong Rush here. Does use Stealth Rock. Great. Trailblaze. If he uses knockoff, this is amazing. Actually, no. It does go for knockoff. It's actually not amazing. I did say, what did it say? 46 to 55? That did more, like, okay. It is Urshifu. Just play rough. Okay. It is Iron Valiant. Just play rough. It is Iron Hands. It is now Zacian, okay. So, we know... Alright. So, here's the problem, right? We know that Dig is not guaranteed to KO. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I would actually try to get the KO here if the roll was actually anywhere near secure. The roll is not secure. Now, the bad thing about this is there's still Lucario in the back, right? But Ho-Oh is a great matchup into this Lucario. And even if the Zacian is going to end up, we know that Zacian goes for Behemoth Blade here. But our Ho-Oh has Choice, and after that we can probably switch into Dialga and get an Intimidate. Yeah, not gonna lie, I really wish I put Recovery onto Ho-Oh. Um, but that probably would not have worked because I have Choice Scarf, and I need to hold Choice Scarf for this. It's only that, and I was really hoping, because I don't know why it sent in Zacian this late, but I feel like if it was going to send in Zacian, it would have sent it out right after Great Tusk went down. And instead, sent out... Wait, this is literally the order of its team, I just realized. He sent it out in this order. Is this supposed to do that, or no? I think it does that because it didn't really see a way for, like... I really want to now make sure I'm not missing something here, because if it didn't think that it would kill, then why would it, like... If there's anybody in the chat right now that's like, bro, feel free to like drop suggestions, like recommendations, like on any given move. Like, I'm cool with it. Probably should have given something Sash. Probably should have given Haxorus Sash right here. If I gave Haxorus a Sash, that would have been pretty cool. But it's either I go with the roll or I switch into Ho-Oh, right? And I'm pretty sure Ho-Oh outspeeds with Choice Scarf. I think he should. Um, Dude, you're kidding me, man. It doesn't outspeed. It's actually so insane. Wow. Okay, well then, the only chance we have is to go for the roll, I guess. Because Ho-Oh does not outspeed, even with Choice Scarf. Fuck, I just misclicked. Are you serious? I swear to God, I just misclicked. Oh my gosh, I just misclicked. I can't believe I just misclicked. Wow. Wow, I just misclicked. Oh my gosh. I just fucking misclicked, bro. What? Okay, now it's the Infernape team, but like, bro. See, now it's literally nothing but the Infernape team. This is ridiculous. Okay. Oh man. Kidding me, man. Dude, and that's like the goofiest misclick ever. Like, how did I press fast forward and at the same time? It's like the Agila was the easiest sweep ever, bro. Oh my gosh. Watch this, by the way. Oh wait, I meant to teach close combat. Like literally, oh my gosh. It was still free because he sent out Dragonite. Wait, why did it not work there? Oh yeah, because I needed Sword Stance. Like, and then lastly, like this is just gonna like make it so much worse. Like I just, bro, Okay, never mind. It actually opts to use. Hey, does it ever not U-turn there? Damn, so my strat would have probably failed. Wow, it U-turns off rip. No, it always U-turns, I think. By the way, this was the plan for the champion battle. Yeah, no, I had great mons this run. Like, definitely the luckiest I've gotten with encounters. You see, like, right here, though, it just decides, like, it's gonna... Okay, yeah, I think there was a mistake in my planning right here. The sweep would have never worked. I needed to recover. Regardless, though, I did plan to have Bubble at least be the, what I would use for... It's a lot of damage. Yeah, no, this meta growth was a problem. I'm actually curious if there's, like, anything that could actually sweep this champion fight. I probably would not have won, thinking about it now. Like, I don't think I actually have a clear way to beat all of the champions Pokemon. But I would have at least, like, a chance. Actually, no, that right there was the line, I think. I was supposed to Trailblaze right there. Yeah, it was always neutralizing gas lessens the damage buff from Hydron Engine. He is supposed to be into Dialga, Intimidate, and then Rillaboom can Earthquake and Trailblaze and Earthquake. Okay. Then it's Zacian and he just KOs Yveltal. As always Dialga here, who just uses Draco Meteor. And then it's Ho again. Damn. Wait, that was actually a super, super clean line. Damn, bro. I actually would have wanted to see what it would have been if I didn't misclick. Can't believe I misclicked right there. The land sweep was also so free. It was so free. Even if it was Primal Dialga that I switched into, I have Zacian for that reason. Like, my plan was to pivot around, um, like, the Flash can't, like, between Ho-Oh, Dialga, and Zacian, I was planning to pivot around. I was gonna give Dialga Choice Scarf and Ho-Oh, um, I was gonna give one of either Ho-Oh or Dialga Choice Scarf. No, I was gonna give it to Dialga because I wanted to use Ho-Oh as a something to use Will-O-Wisp and like recover in front of things. That was that line was pretty clean. Dude, Yveltal just goes down right away, like it's not even close. Damn, I didn't consider that though. Like if it sent it in later and it used Dragon Balls instead of Electro Drift. Right there it's random. It's a misclick, bro. Alright, last one. Um, to be honest, if I was to lose, I did not think it was gonna be on Bruno. I thought it would have been on Lance. I knew it was absolutely never gonna be on Agatha. Like Agatha, my win rate was probably 100% right there. Um, and against Bruno, it just came down to the roll. That's it. I thought Lance's team 2 was definitely gonna be what would have ended it. Um, And the champion, like there is a very clear line right there. Like very clear line. But the whole sweep was never gonna happen because I needed recover. But I needed flame charge at the same time though. So that wouldn't have happened. I will play again. Like I will just like start another run. Kind of, you know. But um this team was incredible though. Like this whole run. Like especially the Lunala. Like yeah, Great Tusk was awesome. Mantine was really good. Incineroar was like great down the stretch. This Sevi Noivern with dry skin is like the best. Like Metagross, super good. Alolan Muck was super good. Yeah, I mean, well, I'll end stream right there.